see me? Can you see me? Wait a minute. Oops. Okay. Greetings. My name is Sacred Jasmine. I just want to come on here today to discuss, just family and our parents and their parents and their parents in a sense of ancestry and genetics, because recently I took an ancestry DNA test, and I'm still waiting for the results. But I love anything ancestry, anything genetics, and so of course I watch all the videos on YouTube, and especially African American, because I am African American, and it's always so interesting to see where the test is going to go, and how people are always really shocked that they didn't get what they thought they were going to get in their ancestry. And I think it's just time to be honest with ourselves, and just understanding what the DNA and genetics really is. Because from my understanding, first of all, DNA and your DNA and your parents' DNA can be different, in a sense that you could have inherited some DNA or some traits from, ancestors from long ago, and it just happened to pop up in you, and you're trying to figure out, well, my parents don't have this, so why is that? And we see it all the time. We see, especially in the African American community, we see our babies being born with flaming red hair, and we're just trying to figure out, where did that come from? Or blonde hair, sometimes blue eyes, sometimes green eyes, but both of our parents are black. I know I myself, my grandfather is dark skinned, black man, but he does have blue eyes. So it's just like, okay. But what I wanted to talk about, which is really important for me at least to understand, is that, there was a lot of secrecy, lots and lots of secrecy in the black family, and there still is, like, things that just aren't talked about, at least in the South, in America, in the United States, in the South. I'm from Tennessee, so in the South, Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi, all of that, there are things in the black family that just aren't talked about, or that are kind of just pushed to the side or forgotten, and they just aren't discussed. And I think a lot of us are really interested in, like, okay, so you mean grandmother wasn't mixed, or grandmother wasn't American, or what happened, who did it, just all these questions. So I just wanted to share a story with you today about my ancestry, in regards to my grandparents' ancestries, my maternal grandparents. Okay, so, and I haven't, like I said, I took the Ancestry DNA test, but I haven't received the results yet. So I don't know, there's been a delay. I got some email, and I'm just kind of over it. I'm just like, I want my results. I want them. Hurry up. So anyway, okay, so my maternal grandfather and my maternal grandmother both were stepchildren, okay? So, my maternal grandfather and his sister they have a different, let me make sure I got this straight. They have a different father than their other brothers and sisters, but they all have the same mother. And so my maternal grandmother, she had a different mother. From my understanding, her mother died young. And so her father remarried, but she was the oldest of her sisters or stepsisters. And now my my grandmother's sister's mothers, or my grandmother's stepmother, let's just put it like that. My grandmother's stepmother was full-blood Cherokee. And the thing about that is, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, you know, how can she be Cherokee? And that's not right. But no, the lady was Cherokee. And all of her children are Cherokee. And I mean, I wish I had pictures. Maybe when my Ancestry DNA comes in, I'll be able to show you. Or I might go on a field trip to the country to see them and see if I can get some pictures and everything. But they look African, but not really. So, yeah. So you have that. And I believe her father was black. And it's just a lot of things that I talked about. My grandmother, I remember her. She used to always put up, dream catchers around the house. And she was very spiritual. She was very intuitive. She was very much into, herbal remedies and, all that stuff. And she had a green thumb. So I remember all those traits about her. And my grandfather is a whole other story. We just celebrated his birthday yesterday. Kind of ashamed that I lost count. He's 80 plus. We'll say he's in his mid 80s. But there's so much that went on. All I know about my maternal grandfather, which I'm still in close contact with him, but as far as things that happened in the past, I knew he ran off as a child to join the circus. And he tried to run off to join the circus, and they were going to, I think he was traveling around for a bit, and he got to some states where they were going to put him in, basically arrest him for slavery or something, so he went back home. But it's just some weird stuff, and I just happened to find that story out, and he did not tell me this story, but I happened to find that story out a couple years ago. Also, just different things, like my grandmother, her maternal mother was mulatto. My grandmother was classified as mulatto, and but I mean, from what I understand about my grandmother's mother was that she was shot in it wasn't a club. There was another name for it back in the 20s or 40s or something. But she was shot, I believe she was shot in it's not a juke joint. It's something like that. If I find the words for it, I'll put it somewhere in this video. But she was shot, and she died when she was really young. She never took any pictures. She never had a picture of herself. And so it's just, okay, so what are we supposed to do? Like, I think it's something that our elders weren't really thinking about, as far as like keeping our lineage going and keeping our what we do have, because we all know that, everything we have now, the Library of Congress was burned down in the 1800s, which had all of our slavery information and where we were from and our names and everything, and all that supposedly burned down, which I'm not gonna get into that on this video. But all we had all we still have are our voices, like our parents telling us stories, like, or our grandparents if they're still alive, or our great grandparents if they're still alive, telling us who we were then or who they were then, because we are them. So I just want to come in and talk about that. I don't know when my Ancestry DNA test is going to come in. I'll make a video about that when it comes in, and I'm not going to open it. I'm not going to read it. It's going to be completely just, spur of the moment, and I'm not going to read any of my results. So, yeah. All right. So, don't forget to comment and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing more videos from me. And I will talk to y'all later.